Hi, this is Francisco Bijan from vitalcoaching.com, and we are talking about dating success for women. The topic for this video is what if your boyfriend looks at porn? We are engaging now into the situation where you are already with a boyfriend, you are already in a committed relationship, and the question is, what are the boundaries that you can really set up so that your relationship is successful on the long term? So if you have a boyfriend who is looking at porn, what can you do about it? Is this something that you should tolerate, learn to live with, or is this something you can discuss with him and try to get him to change this behavior? So what we can say straight away it is that, you know, sexual attitudes or porn are something that can create lots of trouble in the relationship. It is along the same line as very negative spending behaviors or substance abuse or alcohol. It's something that can really be a deal breaker in your relationship. And if you don't want it to come to that point, you have to learn to set up boundaries in your relationship that are really healthy and that work for both of you. So if you want to educate your partner, that's a very good thing, right? It's something that you can do. It means that you can sit down with him. You can say something like, look, there is something that is really kind of bothering me a little bit in our relationship, and I don't know how to deal with it. Is it okay if we sit down and just talk about this openly? Right now I'm looking for ways of finding solutions for something that bothers me, and I simply need your help. So if you bring it in that way, without really attacking him, he will usually be quite open to discuss things. You don't have to attack him. He's not a bad person. He might have a behavior which is not aligned with what you think should be happening in a relationship. That's okay. But if you attack him, he will take a very defensive position. So the best is really to be more open in the way you approach him and in the way you talk about this. So ask for permission, really. You say, is it okay if we discuss this together, see what we can do about it, because there is something here that doesn't really work for me. So if you want to educate him, the first step would be to get him to stretch a little bit his behavior and make sure that at least he doesn't watch porn on his computer or let magazines around when you are in his presence. That would be the first boundary. The first thing to gain it is that he removes traces of porn, sexy pictures of women around when you are there, when you are in his presence. I mean, imagine for him what it would mean if you were hanging a picture of a naked man above your bed. I mean, it would obviously bother him. So if you manage to discuss this with him, I am sure that eventually you find a common ground which suits you both. And the goal is really to be respectful, right? You are not trying to force him or being really demanding or pushy. It is important that it's a decision that comes from him as well, so that he realizes that this new boundary that you're creating in your relationship is something that benefits you both. Now, what we are talking about here is really a set of new relationship boundaries. And relationship boundaries are limits, it is an agreement and a set of limits that you decide together. It's not about one person overpowering the other person. It is important that you both design these boundaries together, that you talk about it openly, so that the end result is something that you both decided. If it was only your decision and not his, it's very hard to maintain on the long term, because eventually he tends to slip and go back to his old behavior. So he has to realize that this is a win-win for both of you, okay? And the larger context as well that we are covering here in this video has to do with jealousy issues, right? The porn aspect is not really jealousy, because it doesn't involve really a physical other woman, but it has to do with the same kind of issues on your side. So if you feel that you get jealous or you get triggered because he's looking at porn, then there is a whole program on my site, on vitalcoaching.com. You can go and check it out, and it gives you first the set of strategies really to win this type of challenges if you feel a jealousy issue. And the first thing that you will learn is how to distinguish between justified and unjustified jealousy. Okay? I hope this makes sense. There is much more on the site. Go and visit vitalcoaching.com. Take care. Bye bye.